So today we have a special guest, and that is Alyssa. She is my private client since 2 months, and she's going to share with you her amazing transformational story and share with you like her amazing stories from dating, how much fun she's having right now. Um, so stay tuned, you will feel so inspired to date after this call. And yes, so let me see if do we have any comments. So ladies, let us know in the comments if everything is working. I would really appreciate that because I'm still new to this Zoom live streaming. Okay, great. So I give the speech to you, my dear Alyssa. So please introduce yourself in a couple of sentences and then move forward.
Hello, ladies and everyone. My name is Alyssa Marie Canalicchio from the USA, Pennsylvania. and I'm a singer songwriter, and I've been happily working with Elizabeth since the week of my birthday. I thought, why not invest in myself as a gift to me? So,
Great, great. Alyssa, so would you like to share with us where have you been before? Like before you have worked with me and in your previous life.
okay. Well, two things. The first part is my family upbringing was very toxic and dysfunctional. So a lot of that followed me into my adult years. And then I found myself in a very toxic relationship that lasted for almost 6.5 years. And in a small way, it was a trauma bond. And for those of you that don't know what that is, you can definitely look that up. There's so many different signs and red flags to look out for. This relationship had me so nervous, anxious, confused. I never knew what the future would be with this person. I wanted a future with this person. I wanted to grow with this person. And it
So
was a trauma. Good.
so how have you felt in this old relationship?
I was just always unsure and I was disempowered. I didn't feel confident. I was always doing so much to receive. I would take on a lot of responsibilities for both myself and my partner.
Yeah.
And I was always performing and wanting to get a validation. And I thought if I loved hard enough or if I did all of these things and I made life easy for this person, that they would appreciate me and suddenly, treat me how I should be treated 10 times fold.
So many women go through that. So I've been there myself definitely too. And if you guys resonate with Alyssa, let us know in the comments as well. So you said you were feeling a little bit, anxious and fearful and not appreciate that. And you were doing so much, but like nothing came back. And so what was the results from all of that, like health wise, your mindset, and yeah.
I My mindset was um, not not good. I was just always searching for validation outside of myself, and my health was declining. I was sacrificing a lot of my truth and who I am and my boundaries, my whatever made me feel comfortable, I sacrificed it and I felt a lot of discomfort. But I was trying to get this kind of love any way that I thought was possible. And a lot of my friends would say, "You are dimming your light." So that's what it was.
Yeah, Alyssa is such a superstar, and you're not. It was so sad that you were dimming your light or putting him first. So, so where are you right now? Also, through all your inner work journey, but also through the 2 months. coaching with me. So, how you are you feeling now, and what results do you see?
Well, the first result is I do not need medication. I was prescribed it when I was in that relationship, and for me, it made me feel a lot better to just move on to holistic healing and meditation. And I started practicing Buddhism. And before I met you, for 2 years, I was looking up on YouTube different coaches and watching their relationship videos and just trying to understand personal growth because I realized that it's not always that person. It's also something within us as well that we need to work on in order to have someone reflect back what we're looking for.
Mhm.
So a lot of my experiences were very hot and cold men in the beginning because I wasn't so sure of what I was looking for. And I was very hot and cold myself. And that also was because of my parental upbringing. So, those of you out there that want to look up attachment styles, definitely do so.
Yeah,
And
yeah. So right now, like, how did you change to now? Like, so how are you feeling generally right now, and what are the manifested outcomes in your life that you are seeing as a change?
I'm feeling amazing. I feel like I've been called a queen by men and friends and women alike. I embody it. I've been told that I already have a crown that no one can physically see, but I have it and I'm presenting myself in a way that people respect me more and respect my time and my value. I've been able to claim my value and claim my voice and have others see me for who I am and want to pay me. I've had people offer to take me shopping. I've had very high value men send me money.
Yeah, you are the prize. Like right now, her like we can say employees, like they're fighting for her. Like men are fighting for her. People want are like fighting to like have her work for like they want to pay you, and they're like fighting for you to like work for them, right?
Yeah.
You're the prize. Yeah, so let's go into the juicy details. So maybe we can even start with the relationships, or just like a little overview. So you say everything improved, kind of, right? So you claimed your health, um, and in relationship you start attracting better behavior. So what exactly happened in there?
So for my health, I when I was in that relationship, I was overweight. And after leaving that relationship, I joined a gym right around the corner, and now I work there. And I'm working to become a trainer there because everyone loves my attitude and wants to lift me up and give me a raise. So I'm working on that. And in doing so, I've also learned that my relationship with money was the same with men. And I was always overworking. And now I know that I don't have to work so hard to overextend myself.
So right now
And
you learn that you can just be and receive, right? So
yes,
share with us the story of, if you are open to, of like the story how you could open up to receive from men, and also even remember women helping you around. Like it's not always money, right? That we receive. It's also help, nice words. So share with us a couple of stories where you kind of received just because you deserve that.
so actually this is going to be a double. So my for my health, there was a fibroid that developed into a benign tumor, and I fully believe that it was a manifestation of all of the stress and trauma that I had previously. So I had recently gotten surgery, and through that surgery, you helped me better receive from not just men, but like friends and family. And I've had so many come to help me. I've had people bring me food. I've had people come just give me company. I've had people that don't even know me too well send me little fun activity books
Yeah.
to kind of, while I was in bed rest, just to be. And I last week, a friend of mine offered to take me food shopping because I couldn't lift. So I didn't have food for a little bit. I mean, I was okay, but it was getting, it was getting empty. And I was holding back, and my friend offered to take me food shopping, and she didn't want anything for it. She just wanted to help me, and she said I deserve it, and I fully like accepted it and thanked her. And
It's
I
so
have a
amazing. I'm so proud of you to open up. And I remember our conversations where you were like saying, oh, it's so different to just receive. But, especially in this time where you had been, after your surgery, it was so important to strengthen this feminine muscle to receive. That's amazing. And in dating, so can you share with us a couple of nice stories where you seen men like just like wanting to give you like things, support? Can you share with us a couple nice stories?
I've had one where when you and I first started working together, I was worried about the finances, and a good friend of mine from a Netflix show that I'm on, Sing On episode 2, cheap plug, and um, he sent me $100 to go towards our coaching, and he fully believed in just my growth and helping me succeed and be better.
Yeah.
And I
How amazing is that? Like, can your girls believe that she just like on the call with me? Oh, it was like literally on the call. This guy texted her, "Oh, I would like to help you out. Like, I would like to support you with your new coach." Like, it was like on the call, right? It was just like, what amazing! Like, we never expected that.
I did not. I was so shocked, and he still messages me to this day these beautiful like met like long poems of like inboxes of like how wonderful I am and how blessed he is to just know me and be in my presence.
Yeah, masculine energy is like really like it's just like only energy, and that's why men and money are the same. When you have like healthy masculine energy, it's just coming towards you, and it's so easy, and it just wants to make you happy. So that's why when we allow us to receive the great support from men, but also the great support from money, it
Mhm.
can be so easy, and it's going to come towards you where you become so magnetic.
And also the other behaviors that I've attracted with one particular partner that I have now. His name is James, and he when we first started dating, it was the first week of March. We didn't kiss or anything until maybe the fifth date. But in the between that, I had my surgery. He came to see me while I was recovering the next day before his show. He drove all this way, came to see me. He brought me flowers and he picked up my medication for me. And he gifted me a new DVD player. He gifted me an Amazon Fire Stick. And he has just been so great with communication and just such a great gentleman. And anytime, like, if I go to see him, like, I make a drive to go see him, and I say, like, oh, I'm feeling hungry. And he, without missing a beat, he would just like say, "Oh, well, what would you like?" And he gave me his credit card and told me to order whatever I wanted, and even offered for me to like do it again, like whenever I come back. And I was just like, "Wow."
Amazing, but I'm also so proud of you because you applied, like this teaching, give men your problems, like if you would tell him, I'm hungry, now you have to order me food, and now you also have to pay, you probably like, no, but you're like, I'm hungry. Well, okay, I'm the man, I'm solving the issue. Here's my credit card. Buy yourself something. So
Mhm.
yeah,
Oh,
she's
and he
attracting that, but she's also like attracting because of her new appearance. She's like telling the problems to the man, and so he can step up, and that's so amazing. I'm so proud of you, and it's such a blessing that you could attract so high value man, and he also always like his energy coming towards you, so everything is just perfect. Yeah.
always, and I very much
How
appreciate.
you always feel around him.
How do I always feel around him?
Hmm.
I feel very secure and safe and seen and heard are the two that him and I always always compliment each other with, because he's very he's very in touch with his feminine side, and he understands, and I really appreciate his communication. And
Yeah.
we
He's
actually
very
had our first.
self-aware with all those inner work things. Like,
Yes,
mm,
yes,
he's very self-aware, right?
yes. Our second date, he gave me a book.
Inner work,
And
yeah.
and we actually just had our first. I don't want to call it. It wasn't even a fight. It was more so like a tiny misunderstanding of like where we both misanalyzed each other, and we
Yeah, you
actually
have different
sat.
opinions, right?
Yeah, we had different opinions on something, and we both were very honest and opened up about, well, I thought this way when you said this. And he said, oh, no, 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 I thought this when you said this. And we actually fixed it together, and it was so nice.
So
And
amazing. This is just a sign of a really conscious couple behavior where you
mhm,
don't fight against each other, you don't attack him, he doesn't attack you, but you're like, there's something like between us. What is it? Okay, let's fix this problem. And you guys, have been so conscious together. I'm just still stunned until today that you guys didn't take it personal, but more like, okay, like what's the misunderstanding here? That's amazing.
yeah, and I actually told him, I said, I really appreciate that I can talk with you without feeling like we are going to demonize each other. And he paused and he was like, I want you to know that not you don't ever have to dim your light with me. You don't ever have to feel like I'm judging you, and I will always respect your view, and I will not demonize you in any way. I'm not going to judge you.
That's
And
so amazing. Yeah.
and I just like I wake up and I'm like, "Really? You're in my inbox?"
Yeah, this is in our inbox to a man that you even feel attracted to. That's so amazing. And that's also something that I'm very proud of you too, because what I'm seeing in my coaching that so many times women just take a long time to make the switch. Okay, because
Mhm.
we are attracted to what we know. So when we know being rejected as children, we feel attracted to men that reject us. And it took me a long time, even up to a year, coaching. I was coached always the whole year. It took me up to 1 year being coached myself back then to feel attracted even to men at a high value. It took me a really long time. And my other clients, it also takes them a long time. But you are just so fast. Like you transformed and you feel attracted to high value men. You attract high value men. So your transformation is just really amazing and fast. Yeah.
You called it. You said like when we first started talking, I was already at a level, and I just needed a push.
Yes,
And
you came to me already really far. You've done a lot of inner work too. That's true. That's true. But also share with us how consistent he is opposed to back then when you have attracted hot and cold men who also like, where you have not been the priority, but like some other like girls, and now you are the priority of the men, like you don't accept anything else, of course. You're the priority and only attract consistent guys who are consistent there.
yes, well, I do want to make a point that I did a lot of. I don't call it sacrificing. It's like cutting out the extra stuff. When we first started working together, I cut off all of the men that were inconsistent, even ones that I thought were booty calls. No, no, if it's not what I'm looking for in the long run, and if it's not helping me on my growth and towards what I want in a relationship, then it shouldn't be there. So there was a long time that I've actually been celibate for about 8 months. So I cut off all of them, and um, and then after that, I started working with you soon after. And this man, I would say I feel statements, and I would say it feels so good to hear from you every day, and it feels so good to hear from you first thing in the morning. And I adore hearing from you before I go to sleep, and it feels good to say goodnight to you. And he reciprocates so much, and I would lay back, like, the feminine, we wait, we lay back, we don't initiate. And he would message me around the same time frames every morning, and he would say, "Good morning, lady, good morning, baby," or "Good morning, beautiful," like something, or he gives me nicknames, and we just kind of go back and forth. And it's always been nice. And then even in moments when like I feel that anxious side come in, like if I'm like, oh, I haven't heard from him, like, oh man, like it's been a while, like I'll go like meditate or I'll go do something, because like that's still like part of the quantum dating, like, or I'll go spend time with friends, and he'll like pick up on it and he'll message me. He did it last night actually. Like I
Oh,
was thinking of sending him something and I didn't, and then like he messaged me right away,
this is
and
so
I was like, whoa.
amazing that you always apply of that. So all of that. So you learned, to manage your own emotions. So whenever you feel anxious or even triggered, you learn to to calm yourself down, to do a walk or meditate, whatever you need to do in this moment. But also, you guys know that I was talking in my group that circular dating isn't always about dating other men, but it's mostly about your energy being distracted with others. So I can even share a story back then from me. Like I used to date this one guy and I start circular dating. I date others, but I was always thinking about this guy, so it didn't help. So actually it's really about, you know, putting yourself first, laying back. If he's not there, okay, I just focus on my work. I focus on my friends. I focus on my hobbies. I focus on me. When he's ready, he will initiate and he will come back to me. And oh gosh, like guys, when they see you that you're not stepping up, they usually always step up. They know, okay, she's not gonna text me, so I have to. Like this is just so subconscious. And even if he doesn't text you for a long period and you still don't step in, just he knows. He knows.
Yeah, like or last night was a great example. You helped me like work through that. I wanted to say goodnight to him, and I we were messaging back and forth, and I said, "Do you want to say goodnight?" And he didn't see my message for a while, and because of my schedule, I had to wake up early, so I had to think of me first. I still had to put me first. And I was in my head like, no, no, no. You will not stay up any later and wait for him. He didn't see your message. That's fine. Go to bed. It's for you need rest. He can wait. And this morning, I saw his missed call. He did call me, and I messaged him and I was like, "Hey, I'm so sorry I missed you. I was already asleep by the time you called me, but I'm happy that you reached out." And then he messaged me back and he said, "I'm sorry that I missed you. I waited. I didn't see your message until too late,
Yeah.
and we
Like
just picked up."
this is what high value men do. And I, like, you remember last night we were talking and I was even sharing with you, yeah, put yourself first. And I promise you, a high value man will not blame you or will not be like, oh, like she's gone now. He'll be like, oh, I was too late. He'll be like, I'm sorry, I was so late. I didn't text you good night. Like he will take the charge. Like he takes the lead and he takes charge. So like a simple example is also when something in your house is broken. I had it myself too. And something in the house is broken, and then a guy comes in and says, oh, like this looks bad, like this is broken. Like back, it was like even a time back then, I was like, oh, that doesn't feel good, you're saying that. Like I don't appreciate you pointing out what's broken. Like if you want to fix it, go ahead, but like if you don't. But now, like, anytime a man I have to date him for a longer time to let him in my home. But anytime a man would come in, like they don't say like, "Oh, this is broken." They'll be like, "Oh, this is broken. Like I guess I'm gonna fix it next time." So this is what also like Kari does, right?
There's two things that he did so far. So the first time, the second time he came over and we were gonna watch a movie, he was like, "Oh, do you want to show me around?" I was like, "Okay." So, I have a broken glass in my door in the basement, so it gets really cold. And I was like, oh, I said, "Oh, I apologize. Like that door, like I need to fix it. It gets really drafty." And he looked and he said, "Oh, it just needs like some insulation. I can fix that for you." And I was like, "Sure, yeah, I would love that." And then the second time,
You
I
received it, right? Let's stop here
yeah,
for. Men
sure.
just need appreciation, you being able to receive. And he's like, I have purpose in life. I'm a hero. Like now my life is making sense because there's somebody who needs me and there's somebody who can receive my love. They just so crave it. And it's like
Mhm.
such a win-win because we women, like we feel better when we are like receiving and we feel loved. And then he wants to give to you. And then when you allow him to fix your door, he's like, I fix her door, like such a man.
Yes, and then and I kept losing my keys and like he was like, "Oh man, we how are we going to remedy this? We need to fix this." Like he kept saying we and he was like, "You know, I have these things like on my keys that they helped me find them." He was like, "Maybe I can get one for you." And I'm just like, "Yeah, you could like it's so nice. And I met his mom this past weekend. So that's a very good sign, I think.
Yeah, that's amazing. Is there anything else you would like to share with us where you are now that you see such a transformation to back then? I think I would like to point out one thing, and that is that I just see your energy being so much, so much, um, so much happier. You're like having a purpose, destination, more connection to yourself. But maybe you would like to share something about that.
I would. I mean, I don't know how to explain it. I just there comes a time in your life when you have to sit down with yourself and ask when is it enough? When is enough enough? And if you really want change, you have to change something within you first, and you have to do a lot of introspection and ask yourself a lot of deep questions. And they're not easy questions. And my growth was it wasn't like super fast overnight, you know, it was lots of crying and lots of just understanding yourself and um, I I don't know, I'm so thankful, and just kind of looking at life in a different perspective and start being having an attitude of gratitude
Oh, that's
helps.
amazing. And inner work isn't easy. Like even when you have a coach, inner work isn't easy because the coach only helps you, finding the destination, holding you accountable, sharing with you, okay, this is like, for example, high value behavior from this man. This is not a good behavior. Should you lead forward? No, no, stay home. Like let him call you, let him text you, let him help you. So a coach like shows you like the fast track, but the work you're still doing yourself. So we also had to talk, right? That every time you go a step higher, your body is not used to that. So your body might be resisting and you might even start feeling guilty or weird or, oh, I just cut off like my aunt who always accused me. Oh, like this just feels so wrong. But actually, oh, that's such a good thing to cutting off somebody who accuses you all the time, drain your energy. But
Mhm.
what I just want to share is like having this resistance to move forward is still there. And that's why like all the accountability or all the like you have done it yourself, right? I was just there for you as a guide, but you went the work, you went through the resistance, trying new things.
Yeah, no, it was a lot of letting go of toxic family members and owning my truth, my voice, letting people hear my perspective and where I'm coming from. Even if it makes me feel uncomfortable, I've learned that I would feel better knowing that I went with my gut and my decision
Yeah.
versus someone else's decision and what they want from me.
Yeah, that's amazing. And even receiving felt in the beginning a little bit uncomfortable for you, right? But it was like a bit uncomfortable, but it was like better and you practice it and it was better and better. And now it's like, oh yes, he just buys me food, like dinner, like I can order. So oh, so easy, right?
Yeah, no, it felt so good. And uh, I, yeah, it was very hard in the beginning because I always felt like I had to, because of the household I grew up in, I felt like if someone gave something to me, I was in debt to them and I had to do something back right away, or I had to perform or, you know, be overly like gracious or feel unworthy of accepting. So it was a lot to turn around and it feels good.
Yeah, so all the conditioning they shape us, right? So we all want to be like the feminine receiving woman, but sometimes we are conditioned to feel unworthy or feel oh, like if I receive, I have to give back. So maybe some of you resonate with that. So share with us definitely in the comments, even when you're like watching this in the replay. Okay. So, is there anything else you would like to share with the audience? Any calls to action? Like, if somebody wants to have this amazing transformational journey as you, like, like having turning around your health and being so much more calm and empowered and dating like high value men, like what should they do, or what would you like to share with them to inspire and empower them?
Mm, you are in full control of your circumstances and everything in your life. You are in control. It's your life, and you can change anything. Literally, you can change anything through meditation, through choice. Today I wrote a quote that my coworkers loved, and I'll tell you, we all have one choice, and one choice can change your life. So every day is a choice, and it just depends on the choices that you make. And if you want something bad enough, you will do the work, and you will see the results. And it's not going to happen overnight, so don't beat yourself up.
And would you also say if you want something bad enough, the support is going to come, like the money, the whatever support you need, it's
Mhm.
just a resource and it's going to come?
It will actually. If I may, I would like to share the story about how I wound up on that show. It was the same thing. I was so alone and upset from that relationship ending, and all I did was I chanted every day. I meditated every day, and I used my voice the way that I knew how would be in a positive format, and I kept singing and I kept posting videos, and lo and behold, within 5 months of just focusing on my craft and my talent, I had the opportunity to be flown to London and sing on a Netflix show. And
Wow.
that was less than a year of that ending. So
You see, so the universe supports you like whenever you really, really want it and own yourself. Like the universe never says no to you. When you say yes to you and you believe, I can have it, I don't
hmm
know how, but I can have it, you will
hmm
have it. Like this is just no question.
no question. And you can't say, I want this, but because you're contradicting. You have to fully believe that you are worthy and that you can receive what it is that you're asking for. And you just let go and let God. You just say what you want, and you don't know how. You don't have to know how you're going to get there, but you will get there, and the doors will open, and you just have to be willing to receive and
Yeah,
willing to do the work.
absolutely. That's so amazing. Such an amazing sharing. Okay, great. Then thank you so much everybody for joining us live. Say hi in the comments and and goodbye. So yeah, such a pleasure to be talking to you, Alyssa.
You too, always. I'm excited for our call.